Welcome back, Slayers. So the first trailer for The Ancient Gods Part 2 has finally arrived. While it was available on March 13th for a short amount of time, it was quickly pulled down by ZeniMax. So it seems at that time it was not planned for release. But now that it's officially out, we can talk about it. The intro starts off with the Slayer facing the tower that is seen in the poster. Even the design of the structure is far different than what we saw on Urdak. The Dark Lord is seen with his battle armor near the edge of his fortress, followed by two lesser demons at his side. There's a lot of dark and bright red color schemes here. Next up, we see these ships rise from behind the fortress. They seem to be an inverted cross, the opposite of the Holy Cross we know of now. This is truly the land of evil. Another flying object that we can see is this one that has an energy sphere in the center. It's unclear what the purpose is. Perhaps it provides an airborne supply of power to the ships, or maybe a way to open portals when it's required. It's the same one you see in the poster. You can see a hellish dragon fly in the background. This was also shown in the poster, but we also have our own version of dragons that will fight on our side. Davoth is shown turning his head as the camera pans around him. He is witnessing the incoming war, but this time he's wearing his full battle armor, and that thing looks so cool. Damn, it's awesome. As portals open up from the side of the Slayer, we see Atlands, spaceships, dragons, and sentinel warriors appear. But on the bottom area, do those look like tanks? The last scene shows an armored Baron, which is a new enemy type, and beside it you can see the new armored chain gunners. The Slayer would then leap into the air, pull out the sentinel hammer, and smash the ground. A shockwave is then seen in a few frames. But how did the Slayer do one very large jump? It does not seem to be a normal double jump. Perhaps it's part of the hammer animation where it automatically makes him leap into the air, or maybe through the use of a jump pad down below, or it could just be a specific sequence made for the trailer and that's it. I wonder if the hammer will be useful on every single enemy, groups, or just specific types that are armored. The shockwave blast seems to have quite a bit of radius to it. The full trailer is going to come out on March 17th. There's not much else to talk about considering it's just a teaser trailer, but I do have some other things I want to go over. Going back to the poster, Commander Valen has a purple hammer. This is very unusual because most weapons we've seen are either blue for sentinels or red for argent-based weapons like the Crucible. But Valen's hammer was originally red, but it seems like maybe the Slayer took it this time. Now, the purple hammer could be linked to the quad damage lore. The Codex in Doom 2016 has something that could be connected to this. It says this: once ingested, the subject effectively becomes a host for what was presumed to be the most powerful of Ulthrank's demons. Any weapon held by the subject is enhanced, giving it up to 4 times as much projectile force and ballistic power. Though the effects are short-lived, they can be devastating. Was Commander Valen able to get a hold of quad damage somewhere, and has now imbued himself or his weapon with it? This could be the most likely answer, or is this some type of new energy source? What do you think? If you zoom in onto the bottom left of the poster, you should find a rabbit amongst the Night Sentinels. It could be a reference to Daisy. We also have this guy here. His armor seems more Earth-like in a way. Similar to the Slayer in a way. He's holding what looks like a gun, maybe. Some fans on social media are saying this could be the intern who also joined the others to fight against the forces of hell in one final battle. But my favorite theory, because it made me laugh, is that it's the guy from Quake 2 who's making a cameo appearance. The poster itself looks very similar to what you would see on a He-Man poster. Hugo Martin did say that this TV show served as one of the many inspirations for Doom Eternal. During a video interview posted on Polygon, Hugo Martin said this: "The artwork of He-Man, the brand overall, was a big inspiration for us too. We actually took a look at a lot of the illustration art used for the box art of the original He-Man toys, and how colorful they were. A lot of the Doom universe takes place in the past, and there's a fantasy element, so we wanted to portray that world in a way that we felt was different. When the poster was released, some fans were suggesting that this was not the Dark Lord, and it could have been some new heavy type of demon, or another boss. But I think there were enough clues at the time to say it is the Dark Lord. For one, only a true warrior or king can wield a crucible like this. Davut was shown to use a crucible in the past, according to the Codex art. The crucible that is shown in this poster might not be the demonic crucible, or the one from the Codex, so he might have access to other crucible weapons somewhere. The other thing we can look at is the armor. There are 3 shoulder-mounted cannons, which is a similar thing to what the Slayer uses, and the biggest connection to the Dark Lord is the symbol on his chest. If you zoom in, you can see it's the same symbol of what is seen on the Slayer helmet, the sarcophagus that imprisoned him, the same one you see on the Divinity Machine, and you also see it on the Dark Lord's back. Let's go back to the left side of the poster. Here we see Sentinel warriors, but there are different types. Judging by the armor design, it seems like they are not all from the same group. On the left side, it seems to look like the marauders that pledged allegiance to the Khan Maker. There are these other sentinels that fought alongside the Slayer on Argent D'Nur. You can see their design in images of the Codex entries. These same sentinels also appeared as ghost images in Doom 2016, and they appeared in a cutscene of Doom Eternal. According to the lore about the Sentinel history, there were different tribes on their world. During the time of the elemental wraiths, the Argenta people emerged, and they later discovered how to forge steel into blades. The Titans towered over the wild-blooded tribes, but found them uncowed. The secret of the sword was discovered, and in the darkness of sweltering mountain forges, we beat steel until it was strong enough to pierce bone and sever flesh. Different clans were spread throughout Argent D'Nur, each one occupying their own city. When the demons started their attack upon the land, they went for the eastern mountains. The Alorum clans from the eastern mountains fell first to the black hordes of devils, and the city of Talorum was slung under the weight of their charge. But this one here looks to have a really different design. It does not seem like the other ones in the art pieces or the lore, so it could be something inspired by another game like Dark Souls, or just a classic design of the knight armor from Earth. If we look at the Codex about the lost city of Hebeth, it mentions another clan that was lost. Amidst the long and enduring history of Sentinel civilization, there are moments in antiquity that have become buried in time, forgotten chapters that remain concealed to Sentinel historians, waiting to be unearthed. The fallen city of Hebeth is one such tale, all but forgotten to the tomes of legacies past. Once a prosperous port city, a proud, gleaming marker of conquest for the distant tribe of Bethian clansmen of the Outer Worlds. The last part of this next one does mention the design of Slipgate Invention. This could be a way of saying they found a way to create portals to slip through space and time. It says this: Hebeth bridged the disparate Sentinel cities with the ingenious design of Slipgate Invention. But it was not meant to last, and among those cities lost in the Crusades of Sentinel past was Hebeth, now little more than a smoldering ruin swallowed by the quaking surface of a once habitable Mars. If we look into the Codex about the Fortress of Doom, it gives us further details about this. While the rock and metal structure of the vessel is undoubtedly Argenta design, the castle's subsystems like navigation, gravitational, centrifuge, and life support are of Maker origin, suggesting a design collaboration between the two species. Propulsion is notably absent as it is not required. The fortress manipulates space through an unknown process involving Sentinel energy. Dimensional travel has been noted in several Argenta texts and is presumed to be one of the many technological advancements that the Makers brought with them to Argent D'Nur, though the precise method of this arcane technology is still unknown. So if they gathered any remaining Sentinel forces from other clans or tribes, They could have been transported here through dimensional portals, something the Sentinels have access to. This could be why we see portals in the poster for the Ancient Gods Part 2, and it could be saying how their spaceships operate and fly, using Sentinel energy, but the exact procedure is unknown. So that's it for this video. We got to cover the teaser trailer, which got me even more excited about the Ancient Gods Part 2. I really like how this appears to be a massive war. Good versus evil. One final stand. If you want to provide any feedback about the trailer or poster, then leave it in the comments section. I will try to respond to as many as I can. To see more videos covering the lore of Doom Eternal, just subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification. Thank you so much for watching, Slayers. I will see you next time.